Welcome, everyone, to WWTA News. Here we look at crypto, finance, and economic news. I'm your host, EB, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. This Sunday morning, we're going to jump right in with the total market cap numbers for the crypto space. We're at $2,315 billion market cap. We are still looking at Bitcoin sitting around 54,000. We've got Ethereum sitting at 3,500. We got Cardano at $2.24. We have Binance following in at $418. XRP's at $1.18. Solana's at $154. And Polkadot's at $35. Now let's jump into our morning stories. Okay, so we have here this morning, Salvadorans are buying more Bitcoin than withdrawing from the Chivo ATM. All right, it says Salvadorans keep buying Bitcoin. According to the president's tweet, Salvadorans are inserting more cash to buy Bitcoin than what they are withdrawing from the Chivo wallet ATMs. This means that citizens of the country have been making more purchases than withdrawals of the asset. President Bukele continued that if we add remittances, almost 2 million per day, the incoming USD quadruples the outflow. Right. This is definitely awesome. So we're at a $2.3 trillion market cap. And as we all been watching this market cap, watching how much money's been coming in and going out, we set stagnant at like 1.3 to like 1.7 trillion. Okay, and here we can clearly see Salvadorans. They're definitely a group of people that are converting their currency over, and which just means that they're bringing their money into the space. Now we've seen adoption all over the place, but here we can clearly see that the Salvadoran people, they're definitely bringing their money on board, and that's how we're seeing our market cap grow. Now we are at a 2.3 market cap, and it's definitely got plenty of room to grow. Plenty of room to grow, but this is definitely awesome news as far as adoption goes, because we can see what happens when something like what Bukele's done in El Salvador, it starts to just bring people on into this space, and then they start to see the same thing that we see, which is being early in this space and seeing these currencies having to grow in value based on their use and more people coming on board. While this is still the early days of the country's adoption of Bitcoin, indications from these days might point to the citizens' desire to hodl the flagship asset instead of spending it. Do you think they're learning what we've all learned, right? We're early. This way, they could be able to better hedge against any possible inflation that may arise with their national fiat currency. Now, we saw in the news last week in the continent of Africa, this is the same concept that they understand. No different than Colombia, no different than Venezuela. It's the same concept, okay? In dealing with these government currencies, people can see that they fail. It happens all the time. So they're trying to get onto something more universal in a sense that, well, you can see it. They see it. They clearly see it. Next story. El Salvador's Chivo Bitcoin wallet is rife with identity fraud. Now, is it? We're going to read this story, but let's not forget, this is a space that is new, and people are all about hijacking, theft, and so on and so forth. So if they can find a way, it's going to happen. And if you're new to the space, you're liable to fall for scams. But let's go ahead and read the story. Identity scammers target $30 Bitcoin bonus. Wallet registration happens via a unique identity document, a telephone number, date of birth, and a photo upload. But social media is awash with reports of people claiming their DUI was already activated, their document unique identity was already activated, and the Bitcoin bonus was withdrawn. So I'm sure somebody just hacked into these wallets because they, it was all essentially sitting, I guess, with the government. So all you do is get into that system, and it could have just been somebody on the inside that was there for all these things being set up, and just theft. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't delete the previous article, which states that, yeah, that may have happened, but people that have wallets and have cryptocurrency in their wallets, they understand what's happening. They understand how they're going to negate issues like this and how they're going to grow wealth. They see the potential. So, hey, man, sure, yeah, they were scammed, but let's see what they continue to do as far as growing their wealth. Next article, the U.S. government drafts unique crypto oversight plan. This is Mike Dalton. The order would pressure departments that have so far overlooked cryptocurrency to deal with those matters. The White House could also appoint a crypto czar to oversee the effort. According to Bloomberg, it is still undecided whether the order will be released, but the Biden administration will unveil an overall crypto strategy regardless of the outcome. The White House has not commented on the news, while Bloomberg's source remains anonymous. Well, Bloomberg. Next article, crypto miners are stockpiling Bitcoin and Ethereum rewards. It says recently released production reports from North American mining companies show a significant increase in the amount of Bitcoin being held by miners. Mining firms Riot Blockchain, Marathon Digital, Bitfarms, Hut 8, Argo Blockchain, and Hive have collectively stockpiled more than 20,000 Bitcoin valued at over 1.1 billion. Do you think they see the bigger picture? On Ethereum, on-chain data also shows an uptick in the amount of ETH being held. According to the behavior analytics platform Sentiment, miner balances stand at 532,750 ETH, the highest level since 2016. The value of the stockpiled ETH has blown past all-time highs and is quickly approaching 2 billion as the second largest cryptocurrency edges higher. I mean, wow. You know, they're definitely holding on because they can see what's coming based on what all these nations and countries are doing as a whole. Adoption, no turning back. JP Morgan, BTC breaking 55,000 is fueled by institutional investors' appetite for Bitcoin. Wow, JP, is that what we're saying here? I guess so. According to JP Morgan, the influx of this new wave of institutional investors is Bitcoin is an attempt to hedge against inflation. No way. This is a recurring theme. I just can't believe it. Who would do that? Inflation? Oh no. The bank continued that while investors might have chosen gold in the past, their perception nowadays is that Bitcoin is a better inflation hedge. JP Morgan continued that in this year alone, over 10 billion has been withdrawn from gold ETFs, whereas Bitcoin funds have seen an inflow of over 20 billion within the same period. So listen, the people holding the vast stockpiles of assets, wealth, money, they can definitely see where this world is going, and so they know. Now, there is no way that we're supposed to be sitting here just ignoring this. We're supposed to be paying attention, and clearly with these news articles, that's where everybody's going. JP Morgan just put it out there on Front Street that, yeah, it's crypto forever. Well, I don't know about forever, but I will say in a funny way, yeah, it's definitely crypto. Crypto's it. And this is the new system. And it's here. And yeah, I mean, how many more articles should we go through to prove that point?
Thank you for joining us at WWTA News. If you enjoyed our video, please hit the subscribe and like button. And join us next time to follow the news in crypto, finance, and economics.